Welcome, everybody, to the Pulse of the Heartland podcast. This is the Combat Sports edition. You got the regular host, Uncle Joe, here tonight. We're going to be talking about UFC 275, and we have a special guest host, Mr. Trent up in South Dakota. He's going to join us. He's been watching the last few UFCs. He knows what he's talking about. Mr. Genius over there. How you doing, Trent?
I'm doing great. Just here for my good looks.
I like the hair, I like the beard. You look all trimmed up. You look good, bud.
Thank you.
Nice.
Where you at tonight, Joey?
I am in El Dorado, Arkansas, by way of Lake Charles, I almost said Las Vegas, Lake Charles, Louisiana, and then Baytown, Texas. It was a long day. I did a lot of driving today. I did about 9 hours, about almost 750 miles. So.
Yeah. How much more you got to go?
8.5 tomorrow.
So not quite as long as today.
No, it should have been about 4.5, but I got to the branch this morning and we're going to finish up doing some training, and they had to send a couple forks for a fork truck over to Baytown, and that's one of our newer branches I've never been to. And I was like, oh, it's only an hour and a half. I'll go. Well, I didn't realize it was going to add almost 3 hours onto my trip. So whatever, it's fine. Not a big deal.
Baytown, like where Zach Morris went. Kelly Kapowski went to high school.
It is not. That would be Bayside, but close. Yeah. So
just like what's his name? Slater title. Almost went to Iowa for wrestling. Good topic for the Combat Sports Pod.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought we changed this title up here, Trent.
I did. Oh. It says Combat Sports UFC 275 preview on mine.
Oh, mine didn't. I wonder what's going on. Do we have two streams going on? Bear with us, everybody. My internet is actually working. That's why I'm on here. But
and two of us are hosting.
Yeah, we both signed into the same account. So this could be wonky. Let's check out YouTube real quick. But in lieu of that, while we're searching around, what are you sipping on, Trent?
Just Busch Light.
Yeah.
I guess I should have went and got line and Googles, but I didn't.
Nice.
What about you?
So I've been wanting to try it for a while, but I got this Bud Light Next, the zero carb Bud Light. I don't know how it's gonna be. I was gonna try it on here. Bought a 12-pack, and since I'm at a hotel, if I don't like it, I'm just gonna leave the rest of it. So
just leave them in the fridge.
Here's the pop.
Sounded crisp on my end.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Smells okay.
Any good?
Tastes like water. Literally, there's no flavor, just like some sort of carbonation in there. That doesn't taste like beer whatsoever.
I don't get why Budweiser would slap their name on that then.
It almost has like a green vegetable taste to it. Like I feel like I just took a sip of lettuce.
Well, I mean, you like cucumber lime Gatorade. This should be right up your alley.
That is true. Good call. So I've been pissed all week because I'm in the South. You would think that they'd have all kinds of the different Gatorades. They don't have any of that here. I was angry. So
lame.
Yeah, that's what it is, I guess. But
yeah.
Anyway, so we got one that says UFC 275 preview. So
yeah, so I'm looking at YouTube here, and I only see one stream, so I think we're okay. This is what happens when I try to do something on here.
Don't blame Trent. It's everybody. So
no, it's me.
Okay, well, you can blame yourself. I'm not going to do it. But well, hey, at least I'm here and available, and got in driving late, but the internet's working. Monday night did not go well. First, I got stuck in traffic in Arkansas here in Little Rock, and then got to the hotel. Was gonna jump on with you guys about 9:45 or so, and my internet, I could barely watch the stream. Let alone jump on. So the 2 or 3 comments I made took literally like 10 minutes for them to show up. So
nice,
always a good time. So
yeah.
We got David Peterson saying he's drinking a Crow's Peak cream ale. Good for you, Dave.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. That's out of Spearfish.
Oh, nice. Where's Dave at nowadays? He's your cousin.
He's in Fort Dodge.
He lives in Fort Dodge?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Last I knew he was up by Sheldon. I don't know, that was a
No.
long ass time ago. So
Yeah, he's lived in Fort Dodge for quite a while now.
shit, I haven't talked to Dave in a while. Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
How do you see that? Okay, I got to click chat. There we go. See,
everybody,
this is what happens when I try to host something.
Combat Sports is also the learning how to stream podcast. So
Yeah.
yeah, if anyone wants to know how to make your own podcast, watch this Combat Sports one on YouTube, and you can see Trent learning while we do this.
And
This
then
is
do
what I
the
do.
opposite.
Yeah, this is what I do every day at work. I train people on how to do shit. So
Well, thanks. Glad you can feel like you're at work.
Nah, it's fine. So we are going to be talking UFC 275 tonight for the most part. Also want to bring up a little bit of Final X wrestling. I don't know, a lot of people probably don't know a lot about that, but that is, so Final X stands for Final 10, and that shows who's going to be on our world team trial and who's going to compete for us at the World Championships coming up. So just real quick, the results from that, we've got, I'll run them real quick. Come on. So Jordan Burroughs will be on there. Idar Havazov, that must be a Greco guy. Hayden Zilmer beat Witkowski. Oh, nice. So that'll be our heavyweight. David Taylor beat Zahid Valencia. Helen Mara Lewis will be our 57 for the women's side. Sarah Hildenbrandt will be the 50 kilogram for the women's side. Kyle Dake will be the 74 for the men's. And then other big names that you guys will know will be, that's basically it. It's a Final X New York. I know there was a Final X Nebraska a couple of weeks ago. Those results have been out for a couple of weeks. So if you don't know how to find those, just Google it and you can figure out where and who's on that list. But we'll get to our main event of the evening, unless it has any wrestling things you wants to comment on.
Nope.
Okay. I didn't think you did, so that's why I wanted
not
to move
on that. Just more UFC.
Yep. All right. Well, UFC 275, as you can see, I got it up here on the screen. Main event is going to be the 205 light heavyweight belt will be on the line with Glover Teixeira taking on Yuri Prochazka. And these two are, Glover is a very aged fighter. I don't want to say that. He's a very veteran fighter. He's been around quite a long time. I believe he's 44. But he's been at the top of the weight class for a long time. His first title fight came against John Jones way back in the day. Actually, I was living in Iowa City with both of our friends, Dylan, and him and I both picked him to beat John Jones back in the day because of his ground game. And it never went to the ground. John Jones picked him apart on the feet. But he has since revamped his fighting style. It is way better balanced on the feet, on a power. That's how he won it, by a knockout. And I'm here for the Glover train the whole time. Let this baby keep chugging along. And I just like seeing these veterans get their day. And then on the other side, Yuri is very skilled martial artist. And when I say that, I mean he's just all around karate. He's got great kicks, great hands, great speed, really good head movement. So I'm very excited to see where this one goes. If it stays on the feet, I think it's probably Yuri's to win. But if it goes to the ground at all, I think Glover's got the upper hand there. But he's always got a puncher's chance on the feet too. So we will see how that goes.
So, yeah, you mentioned age, and I put that in my notes here because there's such a big age difference. Teixeira is 42 and Yuri is 29.
Okay,
so 13-year age difference. Do you think that plays a factor in this fight?
I don't really think it plays a huge factor. MMA age is weird. If fighters should come back and revamp their style, kind of like Glover did. GSP did it when he jumped up to 185 to take on and win the belt from Michael Bisping. Fighters more so evolve, especially if they haven't been hit a lot and don't get knocked out very much. And you can see on Glover's record, he's 33-7. Most of his losses have come via decision, so he hasn't been knocked out very much. So with that said, that indicates, because when fighters that do get knocked out a lot, a la like Chuck Liddell, they just rapidly go downhill. If you haven't been knocked out very much, usually your game, if you evolve and you can, stick with what you're doing and your training, usually you can have a pretty long career, and like Glover did, go for the titles when you're in your I don't want to say twilight, because Jesus, I'm only 34, but I don't want to be don't really want to be in my twilight when I'm 42. But I don't think the age thing plays a factor. Where the fight goes is my biggest factor for this one.
Yeah. You said Teixeira, he's 33-7. He's won 7 fights in a row, and Yuri's 28-3, and he's won 12 fights in a row. So both of these fighters are hot. Like they got a win streak going. I'm sure neither of them want to lose that win streak. And right. You mentioned one of them was good on the ground and one of them is good at standing up. They got a puncher's chance, even if they are a ground fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think one of those, when you have a ground fighter and a guy that likes to punch and be on their feet the whole time, do you think one of those has an advantage over the other, or just whatever fighter plays their own game better?
I think it comes down to how big the gulf between the skill sets are. So if you have a ground fighter that is just very far superior, say like it could be Nurmagomedov or who was the two twins, Jesus, from Brazil, I can't think of their names. Anyway, they were very, very good on the ground and could jiu-jitsu people all the time. And Jacare Souza is another good one. His skill set on the ground was so profound that people never went to the ground with him. Well, if someone is that profound in one skill set and they're lacking in their others, say that they're not very good stand-up or they're not very good defense-wise, then you can exploit holes in their game. But Glover is all around very good. He can stand up and has very good power. He can take it to the ground, beat the shit out of you, ground and pound. He can also jiu-jitsu you and black belt the shit out of you. So it's one of those things that it's kind of one of those gulfs. I don't think that Prochazka, usually in championship fights, you don't see a huge gulf, and that's why they mash these people up, because usually they're going to be good fights. Prochazka, I don't think is that bad on the ground that he'd be afraid to go with Teixeira, because I don't think Teixeira is like just, a ground and pound or on the ground game type of person. So I think it's just going to be a well-rounded fight. For Prochazka, he is so good with stand-up because he's a Muay Thai fighter, as you can see up here with his accuracy. And he's 1 for 1 on takedowns. I mean, that's not saying a lot, but he is 1 for 1. But he does 25 knockout wins. So, I mean, if he's his stand-up game going, it could be I don't want to say long night. It could be an early night for Glover. So we'll see how that goes. But to me, I think that they're both well-rounded enough that it's just going to be an exciting fight, hopefully.
So do we want to make our pick, or do we want to wait and do all our picks at once at the end?
You're the guest host. Would you like to do now, or do you want to go later and do alternate picks?
Let's talk about every fight, and then we'll do them at the end. Yeah.
You never know. I could learn you something and maybe sway you on one of the ones that we talked about before.
Yeah, because I have such an educated guess.
Exactly.
I do have Yuri. He's only lost 1 fight since 2013. So 9 years he's lost 1 fight. Yep. It's a hell of a run.
And so most of his professional fights have been, in like lower class stuff, and also overseas. A lot of his fights have been Muay Thai terms. So he's well-rounded. We'll see how he goes and how this one plays out. Like I said, I know who I'm going to pick, because I'm going to, like I said, chug along on that Glover train. But we'll give you a little time to think about it there, Trent.
All right. Okay. And also in my notes here, I went the Bryant method. Yuri has a 4-inch reach advantage, so we got to throw that out there.
That is true.
We know who Bryant's money is on.
Yep. And the last time Glover fought someone with a reach advantage like that was John Jones, I think, and he got his ass kicked. But most people do get their ass kicked by John Jones.
Yeah, so. I don't think it matters what the reach is.
No,
not many people
are DUIs and cocaine.
Not many people have a reach advantage on John Jones, though.
I think his wingspan is 84 inches. So what is that? That's 7 feet.
7'2".
Yeah, 7'2", something like that. Yeah.
No, that's 7 foot, right?
Yeah,
That's 7
foot.
foot. 7 foot. Dang.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So co-main event, we've got a women's championship belt in the 125 division. It'll be Valentina Shevchenko versus Talis. Why do they have Santos weighing in at almost 140 pounds here? Like, I think that's got to be a typo. What I just highlighted there.
Yeah.
It'll be at the 125 weight class. Valentina is the queen of that division, and one could argue she is probably pound for pound best women fighter in the world right now since Nunez lost. We'll see how that rematch goes when she goes against Juliana Pena later in the summer. But let me hear your thoughts on this one first, Trent. What do you got?
So I do have this pulled up, and what I'm looking at has them both at 125.
Oh, okay.
So that is.
So you're not on the UFC website then?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Good. That means UFC's wrong. Oh, and our English teacher in high school told us to credit our sources. I'm crediting UFC.com for all of our information that we're getting tonight, just so no one can come at me, bro.
And if it's correct, we credit Pulse of the Heartland.
Exactly. So yeah, Taila Santos fights at 125 UFC, not 140. Pulse of the Heartland exclusive.
Yeah. Breaking news. So the streaks coming into this, like, I don't know. I kind of looked at the analytics of this stuff. Valentina is 22-3 overall, won 7 fights in a row. Santos is 19-1 overall, winning 4 in a row. So, I mean, between the two, only 4 losses combined. I haven't made my pick on this one. I haven't made up my mind, but 1.5 inch reach advantage here. So, huge.
Yeah. Sorry, one of us froze. It might have been
I think it's you.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, anyway,
you look better.
I didn't hear what
you look better now.
Good. I didn't hear what you said though. What can you repeat that?
Everything.
Well, I didn't hear anything you said, so I can't comment on it. But we'll let it keep going.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna look back and see who Taila Santos just fought. So she fought Joanna Calder, Modafferi, Robertson. So she has, I mean, these are upper echelon of 125-pound women. So, I mean, she's done a hell of a job. Her last loss looks like it came against Romero Barella back in 2019. So she's beaten the best of the best so far. So, I mean, she definitely deserves a title fight. And with Valentina, she has kind of cleaned out the rest of the division. The division, like I said, you could argue she is pound for pound best woman fighter on the planet at the moment. She is just cleaned house and looks really fucking good. If anyone knows me and knows how I feel about her as a person, I think her little dance shit that she does is annoying, and I think that she's like a humble cocky, if that makes sense. Like, she comes off so nice and sweet in interviews and then just is kind of a bitch. So it's kind of the Pam Beasley-ish thing on the off, like, just comes off as super nice and sweet, but can kind of be a bitch. So I don't know. I think she's super fucking talented, and she's very, very good as a fighter and almost untouchable. Like, her stand-up is insane. Her and her sister both are multiple time world champion Muay Thai fighters. They're just very good. She's super strong. She can go anywhere. She went on the ground with Amanda Nunes and held her own. A lot of people thought she won the fight that they had. So that was actually her last loss in 2017 was Amanda Nunes at 135. That wasn't even at 125. So she has since went down 10 pounds and has just kicked everyone's ass in this weight class.
Yeah, don't know who I'm going to pick in this one. I mean,
okay,
the reach advantage isn't huge.
Right. So I just noticed also they have leg reach advantage.
I saw that on what I looked at to get these stats. Didn't have the leg one. So
right. Yeah, I just noticed that was on the UFC site this time. So maybe it's something new. Maybe I just didn't care and pay attention. So I don't have a very long reach myself, so I just try not to look at that because it just makes me jealous.
You're more of a ground fighter.
Exactly. Yeah. The last major fight we're going to talk about is the third one on the list. It is a rematch of Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. And if anyone remembers watching this the first time, it was the best fight of 2019 or what? Yeah, it was 2019, 2020. Yeah, it was COVID year because we watched this at Dave and Buster's and we were watching it on the big ass screens they have behind the bar. And Joanna got a hematoma, I shit you not, that was like the size of my fist put together. And that thing was like 40 feet wide on that screen. And holy shit. I don't know how one, it didn't pop, and two, they just went at each other. So they've both fought quite a bit since. Joanna's the former champ, and so is Zhang. We'll see how this one plays out. But this, if it goes anything like the first fight, people do not miss this one. They are going to throw and throw and throw, and it's just nonstop violence.
Yeah, that was Joanna's last fight was in 2020, Tara. So she hasn't fought in 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
March 7th, 2020. I know she had to do some rehab for that hematoma. And then since losing her belt to Shevchenko, she's been on, you can see a 2-fight skid to Watterson and she beat Watterson, sorry. But she did lose the Zhang. Pretty tough defeat for her. So I think it's been one of those things, get her head right type of breaks for her. I think she is just super, super intense in everything she does. And I think she really, really wants that belt back. So we shall see what happens. Yeah, as you can see, she's not even ranked anymore. Zhang, because of her, what do I want to say? Not her time off. She, dropped from the rankings because she's just taking so much time off. But she should be right up there with Zhang as number 1 or number 2. Zhang also just to Rose twice
in a row.
Yep.
Yeah, she's 21 and 3 overall. 2 of those losses were her last 2 in a row to Rose Namajunas. But like I said, the last fight she did win was against Joanna here. So we'll see.
Like I said, that was a super exciting fight. Yeah. So if you are looking for just nonstop action, make sure you do not miss that one.
Yeah, and the thing I noticed was Joanna, she's 16-4, won her first 10 fights, and and lost 4 out of her last 6. So I mean, maybe she's trending in the wrong direction here. I don't know.
She also jumped up weight classes. I know she had a little bit of an issue because she got implants, and so she had a little bit of weight issue with getting down to 115 again. She has since cured that, but she was fighting at 125 for a couple fights, and that's where she lost her belt to Shevchenko too. So yeah, it's been a tough go for her lately, but she is just super intense and one of the best in the world. Do not ever count her out of any fight. So yeah, she's gonna go at it. And these two are just, like I said, they'll just go at it all night. So it'll be awesome.
Yes.
As for the other two from the main card, I don't know much about any of the 4 of these. I know these two here, the flyweight, Bontorin and Manel Cape. They're both ranked, so that should be a good fight. Looks like Cape usually wins by KO, and Bontorin usually wins by sub. So that's your juxtaposition of fighting styles there, Trent, like you were asking about earlier. So we'll see how that one plays out.
Yeah. And Bontorin hasn't won a fight since 2019.
Wow. And he's ranked 8th?
He's 16-4 in his career UFC. Hasn't won a fight since 2019. He had a draw in there, but has not outright won a fight in 3 years.
Wow.
And he's fought quite a bit in that amount of time.
He had that draw against Borg. Yeah, so his last one was against Paiva. Okay.
Yeah.
weird that he's still ranked 8th. I mean, I guess it's only 1, 2. No, Bontorin won in 2021, 15th of last year.
He did?
Yep, against Schnell.
No. Yeah. Yeah, there goes my research.
I don't know what site you're getting this off of. Probably Wikipedia, but
Wikipedia's never been wrong.
It's another lesson I learned from Miss Nellis. Never use Wikipedia. This stuff sucks. Holy shit. I'm pissed that I bought this now. Oh.
Straight away from an IPA.
And 12 ounces.
Man.
Well, so the bar I went to, I had a taco salad and 2 tall Busch Lights, and I almost just pulled the trigger on the Busch Light Tall Boys, and I just should have done that. It would have been cheaper and tasted better. So
could have got a silo.
Mm-hmm. I could have.
Pounder, a man can, tall boy, whatever you want to call
it. Big alloy.
Big alloy. No alloys.
I don't need a diabetic coma in the middle of the night. So the last one, Jack Della Maddalena versus this one, Trent.
Ramazan Emev. Was that close?
We were practicing names before we went live, and Trent was super emphatic about this one. So, looks like Della Maddalena. I'm just gonna call him Jack D. Looks like Jack quite a bit, and Amiv wins by subs. And let's see, he's from Russia. I'm guessing he's out of the same camp as like Nurmagomedov and oh God, people in the UFC are gonna eat me alive if I Ishmael Makav. Yeah. Anyway, same camp as them, so I'm guessing it's gonna be ground and pound strikes and then subs. So that would be my guess for Amiv. I haven't seen him fight. I don't think.
How come? Like on your thing here that you got scrolling here, how come Jack D like he doesn't have any stats if you scroll down? Like keep going down. See?
I don't know.
How am I supposed to make an educated guess, UFC?
I'm guessing he doesn't grapple. But these are significant strikes. There's no way he's got 82% KO with no.
He's never had a significant.
His
strike.
average fight time. His average fight time is 0. So, yeah. Wait a second. Is this his UFC date?
He steps in the ring and the other guy just quits.
This isn't his. Yeah, this is his second fight in the UFC.
Yeah, and I have him as 11-2 overall in mixed martial arts fights. So, but it doesn't. The reason I'm picking him is very, very official. A lot of science behind it.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, so we're jumping in with the picks. Go ahead, man.
No, I'm just saying this. The reason I picked him,
right, is
he's got red hair.
Ah, perfect. I like it. So that means I get me. I will take that. I'll take a knee on that.
So
normally
we can't pick the same fighter.
We'll do it for the since there's 2 champions. We'll do main event and co-main event. We can, but everything else we should alternate. That way we can bet against if need be. And then this pick. I don't trust that 8 ranking, Torin. So, and I think I'm going to go Cape. Although I do like ground and pound people. Yeah, I'll go Cape.
So that means I got Bontorin.
Yep.
Okay.
Make a case for him, or were you going to go Cape?
Well, my notes said he hasn't won since 2019, so I wasn't going to pick him because he's on a big skid, but we know that's not true anymore. So he has won a fight in last year, so Bontorin.
Right. All right, sweet.
Yeah.
And then Joanna rematch. This is your pick. I will let you talk yourself through this.
I don't know. Like I said, she won her first 10 fights, lost 4 out of her last 6. So I don't like the way she's trending. But her last loss in her last fight in 2020 was to Zhang. So I'm going to pick Joanna just for that revenge fight.
Damn. Nice. I will take that. I think Zhang is a machine, and she took it to Joanna. Joanna held her own for the first 3 rounds, and then Zhang just kind of wore her out. And you could tell by not only the hematoma, but just by the scorecards that it was Zhang's fight. So I'm okay with that. I'll take Zhang all day.
Dude, we gotta.
Let's.
Hold on here. You keep talking.
Are you gonna put this on the Google Doc?
No. We probably should, because I'm not gonna remember.
Okay, so we'll pick the co-main event, which is Valentina Shevchenko and Tayla Santos. I will always root against Valentina until she loses. So I am going to take Tayla Santos. I think Shevchenko will probably win, but yeah, I'll take with only 1 loss.
All right, I'm gonna get an image up here, and we'll share the screen.
I can stop sharing mine.
Oh, let's see. I gotta figure out how to do this since I'm hosting here.
The share screen button. Oh God.
Got it.
Oh God. That is, yeah.
Is this the fight you're talking about? The last fight between Zhang and Joanna?
Yeah, I told you. UFC 248. Look at that. Look at the reaction on the side there. That umpire throwing up. Yeah. She looks like off of Star Trek there. Like, she looks like a fucking Klingon.
I just noticed the umpire. That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. She took a beating there. It was pretty crazy.
Who'd you take in this one, Valentina? Or you're rooting against her?
I'm always rooting against her until she loses.
Okay. I've got her then. I've got Valentina. That's who I was going to pick in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But we can pick the same fighter in this one, right? In the main events.
Yep. Have you?
Okay. Well, we still pick different fighters. So.
Have you seen her dance thing?
No.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I want her to win.
Well, you might not.
I want that swag. I want that moxie. Like that's what's gonna get it done for her.
Ew. It's not great. I hate it. Let me see if I get that one shared.
You trying to find it?
This is great.
Let's
great
see.
Audio medium we got going on here.
Yeah, good thing you're watching it on YouTube, people.
Right.
It is. It's just kind of choppy. Okay.
That is her dance. She does it after every win. It's just stupid. There's one with her doing it with the belt.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna win.
It might not play.
Gonna be able to do that dance.
Ugh. God, annoying. Whatever. That's fine. Right. So yeah, and then we'll just go ahead and pick the main event. And I think this is your pick on who you want to go. I'll let you go first.
So we have Glover Teixeira versus Yuri Prochazka. Is that how you say it? I think we practiced this. Mm-hmm. Yuri has won 12 fights in a row, so he hasn't lost in a long time. Like I said, only lost 1 fight since 2013. Teixeira, he's won 7 fights in a row. Teixeira, I don't know who I want to pick. I want to pick the old guy. I want to pick the 42-year-old. I'm going to go with Glover Teixeira. I'm going with the old guy, the 42-year-old.
Nice.
He might as well win. Yeah.
You're going against all of the reach advantages too. You know that. Everyone but Joanna, you've picked the lower reach advantage. So
I want to know what
Brian,
Bryant's record on betting UFC is.
Well, he's not a millionaire yet, so it can't be great. He's probably taken more $10 bets from me than anybody. But
he owes you
so
10
I'm gonna
bucks for going
go.
early.
I'm gonna stick with Glover. I've been exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Glover. I've been a fan of his for a long time, ever since he got his title fight against John Jones, and I just love this resurgence in his career. I like the fighter he's become, more well-rounded, not just leaning on just his power or his takedowns, but a little bit of both, and also being a smarter fighter. I like Glover. I'm gonna take Glover on this one, and I think he retains his belt.
All right. So you were at a sports book or in a state that you could bet sports this week. Did you put down any money on these fights?
I did not put any money on these fights because you have to be in the state in order to collect your money, and I won't be back in Louisiana for a while. So I just put money on the basketball game the other night, and I was going to go to the sports book in the casino, but one of the people that I work with has a buddy that works there and said that it had a very big COVID outbreak amongst the staff. So I was like, nope, I don't need that. I don't need to take any more chances. I already have. So I just downloaded the Barstool Sportsbook app and then used that, and I wasted almost all $35 that I had on the basketball game, and then right before I fell asleep, I put $17 on a baseball game because I had $17 in my account, I guess, from the basketball game, and won all but $1.15 back. So it was a decent time. Finally got to make my own bets.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm going through here in the Google Doc, putting our initial in front of who we have winning these fights. I think I got them all correct. You picked Ramazan, right?
If you are, I did.
Oh.
So I picked. Come on, quit this. What are you doing here? So I picked Glow, Cape, Wall, Tyler Santos, and Amiv. Yep. So if you're listening to this on the podcast or watching right now, just let us know what your picks are. Let us know if you think we're smart, dumb, whatever. That's fine. As always, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Heartland Pulse, and Facebook and YouTube. Just search Pulse of the Heartland. If you're watching now, you already know how to get there on YouTube. And then we will have this brought out. I'll get this audio downloaded and probably get a podcast put out for tomorrow morning. And you guys can listen to it and check out and get yourself pumped for UFC 275. One thing that I always do, I always watch the countdowns and I always watch the embeddeds before the fights. So those are all on YouTube. Just search UFC 275 countdown or embedded. Embedded is their vlog series, their video blogs, and then countdown is the hour-long show that they put out explaining all the fights and the ins and outs of their lives. It's pretty damn cool, and it's usually very, very well produced. So if you are wanting to get pumped before these fights on Saturday night, go ahead and check those babies out. If I can find it real quick, I'll give you the time. I believe it is 9 p.m. Central Time is when the main card starts. So prelims and early prelims. Prelims are at 5:30 and regular prelims are at 7.
Yeah, that's 9 p.m. Central is pretty early for these fights usually. That's good for me.
Yep. And so this is from Singapore, so they are actually fighting Saturday or Sunday morning.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
and me and
anyway.
I think Ryan, he's coming East River. I think we are going to go over to the casino Saturday after the golf tournament. So maybe I'll find myself putting a little money on these fights.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I should Venmo you $10 and we should each do $10 on a parlay for our picks and see which one of us loses our $10 faster.
I was gonna say first because one of us will.
Yeah, exactly. But you never know. One of us could hit.
True.
That could be a huge win. So
True.
anyway, so pretty painless combat sports, Trent. You like it?
Yeah.
You come back anytime, buddy.
Yes. I mean, I'm trying to get more into it now that I have a streaming service that I can watch these. Like before, I was very casual. I still am pretty casual, but I would watch like one a year. And now I've watched like the last 2 or 3, and I plan on watching this weekend. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. As everyone knows, I will pay full price for this UFC. I buy all of them. I don't ever illegally do anything wrong. So
$80.
Yes. No, fuck that. That is not happening. Fuck you, UFC. Pay your fighters better, and I'll start buying the damn pay-per-views. But anyway, yeah, thanks for jumping on here with me. This is fun. Next time we'll try and get Bry back. Oh, Bry is on his way to Nashville on a big old camper bus thing with 15 other dudes for a bachelor party. It sounds like a big old time of just stroking each other off while you drive down the road.
You had to go there.
One last hurrah.
One last hurrah.
Wiener Schnitzel.
All wearing their denim. Bryant's
so
wearing
all you Iowa State fans do, right?
Daisy Duke cut off jean shorts.
Yeah. You could see all the dudes wearing those at the Iowa State tailgates.
That's right.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Trent, you got anything else?
Got nothing.
Awesome. Well, I'll get this converted, and we'll get you a podcast episode put out tomorrow. But thanks for joining us tonight, and let us know how you enjoy UFC.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, Monday night, baby.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.